one of the joys of this year has been the return of Cam Rayner from a knee reconstruction and how well he's playing. And Cam, thanks for joining us this morning on the Sunday Footy Show. And your hands and the way you're moving, can you talk us through, do you believe you're a different player to the one that left pre-knee reconstruction? Because you've been fantastic.
No, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I think it's been a lot of work to go into this. I think, last year we set some goals to come back a better player than what I was, and I really put a lot of work in last year away from footy. So to come back and slowly start to play some really consistent footy is it's satisfying for me.
Hey, Cam, you can actually see it in your body. You look like you've physically changed. You're a lot slimmer. You look a lot stronger. Would that be the case?
Yeah, definitely. At the start of my rehab, I planned out areas that I wanted to get better in, and obviously I wanted to change my frame and be able to cover the ground a lot more. I know a lot of the footy stuff, as most AFL players, comes more of an instinct. So to get to more contests and be able to influence more was my goal, and it's slowly coming about.
So Cam, do you drive that, or did the club come to you and say, you need to change your body shape and conditioning and maybe some things you're doing off field?
To be fair, Lordy, I was in a good spot before my knee reconstruction, and I set myself up to have a really good 2021. But obviously, having the injury, I kind of sat down and wrote in my notebook about things that I wanted to improve on. 12 months is a long time away from footy, so I thought that there's seriously a chance there to improve myself, and we worked together with the rehab staff and the coaches, and slowly come to an agreement on things I could get better at, and we just went from there.
Cam, Lachie Neale won a Brownlow in 2020, picked up almost certainly more Brownlow medal votes last night, another 37 disposals. What have you observed in Lachie Neale of 2022, and how does that differ to 2020 when he won that Brownlow, and is he a better footballer right now?
Yeah, definitely. I really think he's probably the best player in the competition. Hands and his game awareness is the best I've ever seen. And to have a player that is at the top of his game and still be the person that drives those standards at the club sets such a good example for all of us younger boys. And, I know he was disappointed with how he went last year and had a few injuries here and there, but since the pre-season, he's really put his best foot forward, and he's playing some really, really good footy.
What about as a club? Where do you feel you're at? Unbelievable, second on the ladder, 10-3. Don't feel like you've fully kicked into gear yet, though. What's your perspective of how you're sitting right now?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. There's a lot more that we can, we can work on. But to be able to be winning games of footy and not playing our best best brand is probably a really exciting thing. Once we get all the pieces in place and really start getting cracking, I think that we can be a dangerous threat at the back of the year. But if someone told me at the start of the year would be 3 after 13 games, I'm pretty sure most people are pretty good with that.
Yeah, a couple of areas. Harris Andrews has been, we had a look at some of his stuff, and not the player that he was probably 2 seasons ago. Physically, is he okay, and has he been able to train?
Yeah, he's fine. I feel like he cops a lot of it in the media, but we trust him full-heartedly. I think he's playing really well, and that back six really starting to get going again, which is good. So the more, as I said before, we can get cohesion and play together, the better we'll be for it.
More and more impressed with Kadeen Coleman every time I see him play. He looks so relaxed at half-back. It was a scrappy game last night, but he still went at 95%, took 7 intercepts, and he just doesn't get frustrated. He doesn't get fussed with the ball. He doesn't look like he sweats at all. He just looks like a complete package.
Yeah, definitely. He's one of our academy players, and I remember when I first got up here, we were training against him and playing against him in games, and I was kind of asking everyone around why he's on the AFL list. But we drafted him the next year, and he's come leaps and bounds. He's so composed in the back half, and when you have him and Richie to be able to feed the ball to, the forwards' eyes light up, and they're so damaging off there, which is really, really good. And as you said, he's improving on his defensive stuff, so he's becoming a bit of an all-round player.
Cam, we had Chris Fagan on radio during the week, and he spoke about how many goals you're conceding from stoppages, and that's been a real concern for you in the previous 3 weeks. Was that a focus going into last night's game? Yeah,
it was, Lloydie. We did a lot of work on that during the week. I think, don't quote me, but I think they might have only kicked 3 points yesterday from stoppage, so it's a really good return for us. We put a lot of work into it during the week, and we really need to win those hunt battles around the games, and that's what stands up in finals footy. So we prepared a lot during the week, and to be able to come out with that result's really satisfying for us boys.
Now, Cam, before we get... Sorry, go on,
Are you
Cam.
right, TJ? You go.
You sure?
Yep.
You sure?
Yes,
Okay.
very sure.
Cam, see, we're fighting over you here, mate. So there's no doubt that you're a Lion through and through, but that wasn't always the case, was it? Who'd you barrack for as a kid?
Yeah, I was an Essendon supporter when I was a kid, so yeah, I was a little Bomber supporter. I used to go to all the games, and my father's been a member for 70 odd years now, so Essendon still runs in the family, and special place in my heart.
Okay, now we have to ask you this question: who was your favourite Bomber?
I'll say Lloydie.
Who was it really, though, Cam? Who was it?
I love James Hurd. He was my favourite.
Yeah. And you went to Essendon Grammar School as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Fletcher was my coach there, which was pretty cool. So that was almost a little bit of a dream, just being able to run out there and having him coach me. And I still keep in contact with him now. He's a great fella, and it's a great school.
And you say your grandfather's been a member for 70 years. That's extraordinary.
Yeah, so he loves the Bombers, and even now when we play against Essendon, he'll have a Brisbane hat on, but if you pull his jeans up, he's got his Bombers socks on still, so he loves the Bombers.
And you'd look good in a red and black jumper, Cam, too, maybe down the track. But the votes from last night, the two best players clearly for mine were McCluggage and Neil. Jack Sinclair, that could be winning the Saints best and fairest, and given Joey Danaher a 6 for his return last night.
Cam walks away with Louis' prize pack, which includes a gift card from Luxury Escapes, your one-stop shop for the world's best escapes experiences and flights at great prices. Handpicked by experts, discover a better way to travel. Luxury Escapes. There's the Callaway golf bag plus the tour cap, as worn by the #1 in the world, John Rama. Travis Matthews pack, including the perfect polo shorts and pants for every occasion. The Aquilas, magnificent premium quality footwear since 1958. There they are. You'll look good in them, Cam. Bar Fridges Australia, a custom designed bar fridge from Bar Fridges Australia. Keep your drinks cool with your name on it. A pair of Rick's Eyewear. Use the code SundayFootyShow at rickseyewear.com.au for express shipping and 20% discount on eyewear and apparel. And a meal when you're in town at Platform 28, our favourite pub right here in Docklands.
Good stuff. Have you got a question?
No, I'm good.
He wasn't eating pies, was he?
He's halfway through
already.
a pie. He's just given
If he
it.
wants to host the show, the professionalism...
What's under your running sheet there? Can you just lift it up?
What? Crumbs.
What's
on your
there?
thumb?
Turn
Look at your thumb.
that. Turn that.
What's on your thumb? What's on your thumb? Turn that over.
Turn the piece of the other way.
Other way.
Yeah.
A pie. We're having a conversation with one of the most respected footballers in the country,
TJ.
and you're feeding your face on a party pie. Cam, I'm sorry about this, mate.
I might do a Stephen Bradbury and come through late and host this show if this continues happening.
Oh, you just jumped ahead of Damo and Lordo, have you?
I have.
Yeah. Hey, Cam, thanks very much for your time this morning, mate. Sorry you had to put up with a bit of tomfoolery at the end there. Hey, when Victorian footballers have a week off, they go to Queensland. What do you do?
I've got my brother up this weekend, which is really good. So this is the first time he's been up to Brisbane since COVID. So we're heading down to Byron during the week, which will be really nice.
Good on you, mate. You enjoy it, and thanks very much for your time this morning.
No, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, coming up next, once you've finished your pies...
Finished it. Yep.
Right?
Good now.
I'll tell you what, just because you've got new teeth, you're pretty good on them, aren't you?